My name is Eddy, and the claim I'm voting against is a form of physical therapies. As a form of physical therapy, swimming provides unique benefits other therapies cannot. His secondary claims are that swimming is a low-impact exercise. It is easier to stay cool while swimming, and swimming improves your mood. His first claim, again, was that swimming is a low-impact exercise. In his evidence, he stated that wood was less dense than water and floats, and that's why it floats, and that the same is true for humans. But this statement is invalid because not all humans float. People with a low percentage of body fat have trouble floating because their muscle and bone matter are denser than water. This would make it a lot harder for someone with low percentage of body fat to swim. His second claim was that it is easier to stay cool while swimming. Although swimming does transfer heat away from the body and keeps the patient cool, that does not necessarily mean it's beneficial. Some therapies apply heat to the injured area to facilitate the healing process. These therapies include fluidotherapy, the use of moist air, and the use of heat packs to transfer heat into the injured area. Applying heat into the injured area helps increase circulation to help remove debris and waste products, increase cellular metabolism, increase capillary permeability, provide analgesic, reduce muscle spasms, increase in oxygen and nutrients in the area to promote healing, and increase in the extensibility of muscle and connective tissue to help facilitate stretch and elongate tissue. So heating is actually beneficial to the healing process. And the third claim was that swimming improves your mood. Recall that his main claim stated that these benefits were unique to swimming. Improved mood is not unique to swimming. A study in an issue of the International Journal of Social Psychiatry found that there is a positive association between physical activity level and positive mood. So physical activity in general improves mood and is not a unique benefit of swimming. That is my refutation.
All right, well, you know what? It's brief and to the point, but it's pretty effective at the things that you do. You label what the claims are. The signposting on the first point is basically a counterclaim about body fat and whether or not that's going to produce the buoyancy that is all that beneficial. And I thought that was an interesting example to develop, but then you don't go anyplace with that. You know, what percentage of people, for instance, fit in those categories? Why is the buoyancy thing so important to some of the therapies that the advocate is talking about? You've got a good basic response here, but it's underdeveloped on that point, and I think that really needs to have a lot more to it. On the second issue, I think that you may be doing a little bit of equivocation here, because he was talking about remaining cool while you're doing the exercise, and you're talking about heat as a therapy treatment. I'm not sure that they are the same thing, but you did have an interesting idea here, and if there's any application of it, that you show some benefits from that counterclaim. Analgesic is the word that you were struggling with, I think. You've got a whole list of those particular benefits, and they're okay. It's a pretty reasonable alternative. To me, the most straightforward argument was the last one, which in essence says that any physical activity has those kinds of benefits, and that swimming is not particularly unique. That was the one place where you're really challenging the reasoning of the advocate, and you've got a good piece of information to support the counterclaim that other physical activities have that. So, I like the idea on the third point. I think that's the strongest argument. The other 2 points, you've got good points there. They're just a little underdeveloped. But you basically get to the crux of the matter. You tell us what your claim is, and you respond. And even though it's brief, I thought that it was relatively clear. All right. Thank you. What's our time here? I think we've got time for one more. Is there somebody who definitely wants to go tonight? Wow, I see 2 people arm wrestling over there. Edgar and Uladina. Is it sexist if I let her go? Should I flip a coin instead? I'll be chivalrous. Well, Dalina, we're going to let you go tonight.